Yo, what's up, man? This is Mo Cali 9ja TV on the Mo Cali podcast with my guy, man. Introduce yourself. We already know.
Yusuf. Yeah. What's happening, y'all? This is Yusuf from KD, Nigeria, all the way from Nigeria, West Africa, together with Mo Cali. You know, you're live on Mo Cali TV, 9ja.
Yes, sir. Hey,
What's
man, we
happening?
here, man. We just want to let you guys know getting this thing going. We've been, setting this up for a minute. The podcast to talk about issues, Niger issues, U.S.
Yeah.
issues, global issues. You know, and it's not all
Worldwide.
just going to be
Yeah.
about just issues. It's going to be about topics and things of fun. Don't think it's just going to be about issue. Because there's a lot of issues going on all over the
Yeah.
world. But we always having conversations about
True.
stuff, and we're like, man, let's involve everybody else. Let's bring everybody else. I'm in Los Angeles. My guy Yuskus is in
That's right.
Kaduna, Croc City. Hey, here we are.
No doubt.
Man, so much to talk about, man. So
Yeah.
much going on. So
True.
what?
Have you been following the current African Nations Cup?
Man, I didn't get
I
around
know
to
you
watch
you
most
love
of it.
soccer.
I did get to see mostly the highlights. I only got to see the highlights.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
we really don't have it
Wow.
broadcasted here in the US, which
Okay.
is a travesty to me because
Yo.
you have to basically special subscription, to get all these things. You don't get it on the regular cable networks. They block it, and
Oh.
I would even say that they should have even had the rights to broadcast it on BET, Black Entertainment Television. At least it's something for
BET.
Africa. Yeah, BET, man, doesn't really
And it's
represent like that. I don't even
entertainment.
watch BET
Yeah,
no
true.
more, man.
But BET don't show sports, do
Well,
they?
not really, but I'm saying like under this situation of it's an African thing, they never really even showed anything African, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
They never represented Africa, BET.
Yeah.
Not until they Viacom bought them,
Okay.
which owns MTV. Because when I was in Nigeria, I remember we weren't getting
Oh.
BET broadcasted to us. We were getting MTV
No.
and everything else, but we weren't getting BET
True.
until MTV bought BET. Then they started broadcasting BET, is what I remember. And I know they
Yeah,
don't want
even
that
here you
connection.
can get BET.
What's up?
But now you can get BET in
Of
Nigeria.
course, because they control
Yeah,
they want that programming will be what they want you to see. But when it was BT, when it was owned by the black guy, I think his name was Don Johnson, who sold it to Viacom.
Oh.
There was no BT
Okay.
being broadcasted in Africa. And I used to tell my American friends that we didn't have BT, and they were like, "What?" Like they couldn't believe it. I was like, "Yeah, we didn't have BT being broadcasted to us. We had no BT broadcasted until now. I know it was later after he sold it to Viacom that owns MTV and many other stations. Then we now have BT. And now BT's watered down in America. I don't even think majority of black people don't even watch BT anymore. Because it's definitely not black entertainment television anymore. No, we have the BT Awards, which is whatever. I don't follow those things anymore.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Anyways, back to the African Nations Cup. Nigeria came out strong this time around, Nigeria came out really strong. They won all their games from the opener till the semi-finals, where the 90 minutes ended goalless. There was extra time, it was goalless, and it went into penalty shootouts. They played with Morocco, and they lost in that one.
Unfortunate, man. Unfortunate. That was sad. They did get far. I know they played the semi.
And to think that Nigeria couldn't even qualify for the World Cups, but this African Nations Cup, I don't know what changed. if they are putting the same work they did in this Nations Cup, I'm telling you, man, there's no how they wouldn't have
for
qualified
the
for
World
the
Cup.
World
And the
Cups.
World Cup is being hosted
But
here in Los
yeah,
Angeles. We're
yeah.
actually having the World Cup here. Yeah,
Oh,
we are going to
wow.
host the World Cup. So they're
Wow.
preparing for it.
Just like it happened in 1994,
Yeah,
you know?
94.
Yeah,
Yeah,
USA
US 94.
94.
That time
Yeah,
I had no clue
yeah.
because I had nothing to do with football. I had no
Oh,
inclination, no interest in football whatsoever. So I missed out. In that time, they even played at the
oh,
Rose
okay.
Bowl here in Pasadena. I remember. I think that was where you
Oh,
had the Colombian team that had the own goal, the Escobar. That's what I remember
yeah,
about that. That it was
Escobar.
so infamous because he was killed
Oh, okay.
when he went back to Colombia at the airport.
True. When
You know,
Colombia.
unfortunate because
Yeah. And Nigeria had a very good outing in that 94. I think that was the first time Nigeria qualified for the World Cup.
okay.
1994, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, and then Nigeria won the African Nations Cup that year. I think it was hosted in Tunisia in
Oh
94.
wow.
Nigeria won that one and went to the World Cup. They got to the second round and, being newbies then, they didn't really make it that far,
Yeah.
but they went far, second round was okay.
Okay.
And I think that's the furthest Nigeria had ever, reached in the World Cup,
Mm.
that 94, because they had a very strong team. But this team they came out with, honestly, if they had qualified for the World Cup, I think they would have done something, you
Yeah.
know. But it is what it
I honestly
is.
didn't really get into football till Atlanta '96 when Nigeria won the gold medal.
Oh,
That
the
was when I was like
Olympics.
following that team. I was following them like right before the
The
Olympics,
Olympics.
into the Olympics, and then all the way to when they won the gold medal. That was when I was.
Yeah, they played Argentina in the
Yeah, that
finals.
team was phenomenal. You know, Kanu,
No, they
Amokachi,
were. Yeah,
Okocha, you
Okocha,
know, Babangida,
Coach
Tijani
Babayaro.
Babayaro, man,
Yes, yes.
Emmanuel
True.
Babayaro,
Victor Igbeba,
right?
Babayaro,
Taribo West.
Celestine, Babayaro. Yeah,
um, man, yeah, that
true.
was a real
The whole
gritty,
crew.
gritty team. And I remember because we beat
True.
Brazil in the
In the
semifinal,
semis.
and then we
Yes.
went on to beat Argentina
And
in
then
the
our
final.
Argentina in
But
the
in
final.
Brazil, I
Well,
remember,
after we beat Brazil in the
yeah,
semi, the Nigerian embassy in Brazil
that's
got
exactly
burnt.
what I was gonna say. We all know that, yeah, the infamous embassy
Yeah,
burning. They burned
you
down our
know,
embassy, and we were like, whatever. Nobody
true.
wants to go to Brazil anyway. Who cares? We were like, good for you. Too bad for them. They burned our embassy, and then
You know,
later on we found out that Brazil, they're just diehard because I remember they said they burned down Ronaldinho's home or something one time. They burned down one of them big players. They burned his
oh,
home down.
really?
Yeah, when he like didn't fulfill what he didn't do well
Missed.
during another like competition, either another World Cup or something big, another competition. Um, they burned down one of their
Okay.
players. So I was like, oh damn, these guys are actually like just violent when it comes to soccer. When it comes to you have to say soccer here in
Yeah,
America because if you say football,
of
they
course.
think it's American football.
They'll think it's
Yeah,
NFL. NFL.
NFL.
Yeah.
Which is
Actually, I'm used to it. I call it soccer because that's what you guys
yeah, we
call it.
call it soccer
You
here. If
know.
you say football, no one's gonna know what you're talking about. You have to say soccer. So and football
Mm-hmm.
overseas is not actually FOOT. I've realized that it's FUT is what I've noticed what they use.
FUTBOL.
BOL. I
Yeah,
don't know
true.
why that is the
I think
case.
I don't know, it has to do with Spanish or Latin. I
Right?
don't know.
That's
I
probably what
think
it
it's in
is.
Latin or
Yeah, that's probably what
Spanish.
it is.
Yeah.
A Latin thing.
Mm,
Interesting.
yeah.
Well, yeah, we're
Yeah.
hosting it, and we're hosting the Olympics
Anyways, you
as
see,
well. We're also going to host. We have a whole itinerary
yeah,
here in Los Angeles coming up. I mean, real soon this year. We
uh,
have a like ton
yeah.
of
Oh,
things. We're gonna have the
the
World Cup
next
and then the
the
Olympics.
next Olympics is gonna be in. Okay. Because I remember as a child, my dad went to Los Angeles in 1984 when they hosted the Olympics
Okay.
there, 1984. And he got me some gears. I've been a football fan since then.
Ah, got
I've
you.
been watching football, supporting,
So football
Los
has always
Angeles
been part of
Olympic
the
Games.
Olympics. I never knew football
Of
was always part
course,
of the Olympics. I didn't know until the Atlanta
it
96.
has
That's when
been.
I understood that football is a part of the Olympics, but I never honestly knew, you know. Let me look it up right now while we're talking because I'm actually curious. When
Okay.
did football, when was
Yeah.
football introduced? Or I should put soccer.
Introduced into the Olympics. You know, talking about Nigeria and soccer, I think that's one of the things that unites Nigerians, soccer.
Wow. What comes up?
Ordinarily, what?
Wow. It says
The result?
1900. The first appearance with teams. Upton Park and Great Britain won.
Britain. Yeah.
That is football
So
at the Summer Olympics.
it's always been
Wow,
a
yeah,
part of it.
that's Summer Olympics 1900. Wow, that is a long time.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'm behind, man. I didn't realize. I didn't know until what 96 years later. Damn,
Almost a decade
damn,
later. I mean, a century,
century,
almost a
a
century.
century, man. Hey, better late than
Yeah.
never, right? They say better late
True,
than
true,
never.
true.
But yeah, that was interesting.
So as I was
Yeah,
saying, I I think the Nigeria should be qualifying more often in these soccer tournaments because whenever there's Nigerian team playing, you notice that everybody becomes patriotic. Everybody becomes a
yeah,
Nigerian at that point. There's no more this guy is from the north or that one is from the
yeah,
south or he's a Christian or Muslim.
yeah,
Everybody's always cheering for the national
yeah.
team. So I don't know with all the drama going on in Nigeria and politics, insecurity and all of
Yeah.
that. But whenever Nigerian team is playing either soccer, even basketball, funny enough now, the Tigers, the basketball
Mm-hmm.
team, they're garnering support from everybody
Oh
now,
wow.
because I think they've been doing a better job than the soccer team because in the last maybe 5 editions of African Nations Cup in basketball, the male team has won at least 3 or 4,
I remember in
and the
the
female
Olympic
team
team.
is
What
even
about the
better
Olympics? The Nigerian team. I think they beat the USA
in basketball.
when they were playing, right? Or they gave them a run for their
Yeah,
money.
that was no, that was that, I think that was a friendly game before the Olympics.
Uh,
But then when the real deal came in, those US boys, KD and the rest of
mm.
them, they didn't take it
Well, hey,
lightly
they
with the
have Steph
Nigeria
Curry.
team.
Anybody got Steph Curry? Man, Chef
Of course.
Curry. that
He be
that's a
cooking, he
fluke,
be
man.
cooking. That
That's how I look at it, man. It just used to not even be
guy
fair,
is
Dude shooting the ball from the hallway,
that guy is
even before
something
he's on the
else.
court, he's shooting, throwing the
Everywhere,
ball up,
true.
it's going in. I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
man, are you
And it
serious?
goes in, true. We in Africa, anything that is beyond explanation, we just relate it to
Black
voodoo,
magic,
jazz. That's what we call it here. So,
not juju. Oh, this
so,
guy not juju in
so
they do.
some people be like Steph Curry, they don't cook him. They don't cook
Mm,
him. you don't bath some kind water.
They go start to even claim. You know, Nigeria, we like to
You
claim
know,
things. They go start say his papa don't come Nigeria in the past.
his
He came to one village
yeah,
like this.
his
And
ancestors.
he entered Nigeria secretly. He went to one village. You know, I know the driver, the taxi driver that took him
They
to that
gave him
village. He did one ritual there, and that's what happened. You know,
wuru wuru, one wuru wuru.
wuru wuru.
Oh,
Nigeria. Honestly, though, your point,
in
you know,
all
that you made
Nigerians,
about,
we love relating every good
yeah,
thing to us.
like your point that you made
You
that
know,
soccer, you know, how it brings us all together. Unfortunately,
yeah,
we should always just be together in all fronts of things, you know. And I don't understand. Like, I think that's the beauty of Nigeria is the multicultural, you know, makeup that we
yeah,
have in the country, you know, all the different
diverse ethnicity.
ethnicities, all the different, you know, the
Yeah,
tribes, different languages. I think that's the
mm-hmm.
beauty. That's the beauty that we should
Culture.
actually embrace. You know, we all basically want the same
Yeah,
things. Like, we want good shelter,
true.
food to eat, food to feed our families, you know, I mean, we act like
Mm-hmm.
we're like the most religious country in the world, where we're far from that. Religion is
Nah.
actually in our actions. You know, our actions show differently. You know, it's the actions. We are
True.
supposed to love each other, love our
Religion,
neighbors, you know?
religion, yeah, all those things are being used as tools by politicians to divide
Yeah.
us.
And we
You know,
allow them, you
let
know?
me borrow this Golden State Warrior. Was that their motto? Strength in numbers. You know,
Mm,
but unfortunately, our numbers don't translate into
that
strength
is
for us. It's used
unfortunately.
as a divisive tool.
Yeah.
You know, but honestly, we're united in poverty and problems. Everybody, the Muslims, the poor Muslims face the same problems. Likewise, the same poor Christians, they go through the same thing. You
Yeah.
know, the northerners, the poor ones go through the same thing, even the southerners. So I don't know why it's very difficult to understand that all these are tools being used to divide
Yeah.
us for a few people to get away with
Poverty affects
what they want to do.
everybody. Everybody
It
is
does.
suffering in poverty, and then every tribe in
True.
every religion have those who are looting our resources. At the end of the day, they don't know
Mm-hmm.
anything when it
True.
comes to that. They don't care about all of that. Nobody cares who's from where and what and this and that. It's always the people at the bottom, hungry and starving.
True.
They want to blame everybody else, you know, instead of holding our own accountable.
True.
And we have this problem, like especially like in the
Yeah.
northern part of Nigeria. We don't ever look at our
Most especially the northern
local
parts.
leaders and what are you guys doing for us? What are the local leaders doing
For
for
us.
us? You
Exactly.
know, what are our governors doing
Exactly.
for
You
us? What
see,
are you doing? You know, I
you,
mean, we
you
celebrate the
see
most
Mo
funny
Cali,
things,
as
launching
much,
of a bridge, launching of this. I
yeah,
mean, I'll tell you here in America, we never hear
transformer.
anything like that. That you hear a politician come to launch a road, launch a bridge. That is not, in fact, those who are even doing those things, they come, maybe they'll open up something. If they have like some special social project that they're doing that involve directly the government, once in a while, you'll have them do a groundbreaking ceremony that they launched it, and then maybe they'll
Yeah.
now go and cut the ribbon to open up something. Very rare, and that's usually at the local government level. That's like the mayor. That's usually like the chairman of the local government that will go and do those things. You'll not see president
You
coming
see?
to do that. You'll never see governor coming to do that. The last time I've heard of the governor coming to launch something was during Arnold Schwarzenegger's time when they did a very
Hmm.
massive project of the freeway opening up, and that was in a very prominent area that they now created this on ramp and this big massive project that they did with bridges, many multiple bridges, multiple on ramps. That was the only time I recall the governor came I'm talking about Arnold Schwarzenegger when he was governor, the
Yeah,
Terminator.
that was
Those who
like
don't know who Arnold Schwarzenegger
15,
is, the
20.
Terminator. That time he was called the Governator. That guy is the only time I
How
ever
long ago
knew.
was that?
This was, man, this was like in 2005 or 2006, you
You
know,
see? Like
like
20 years
20
ago.
years ago, like 20 years ago, let's just say 20 years ago. That's the only time. And it was very quick. It was fast. And even it was like
You
maybe not
know?
more than 5 cars, the convoy. They came with one tour bus because they had multiple people on the bus. Then they had two highway patrol in the front motorcycles coming in. They came, they did their thing, launched the bridge, the intersection, everything, boom, they disappeared. That was the last time I heard anything of any governor of that level coming to come and launch anything in that capacity. Anytime they're doing anything else,
You
you just
see,
see it on the news. So place has been opened just to inform the public that you can now use this way. If you want to do this, take this way as a convenience. Simple.
you, you see in Nigeria here, especially in the north, like we talked about, we need more reawakening and awareness more than the southern part of this country.
Mm.
Because you have a senator commissioning pole wire,
Pole wire.
Mo Cali, pole wire.
Oh Lord.
Can you imagine?
God.
Yes, it's
Pole
happened a
wire.
couple of years ago,
Yeah.
about 10 years ago. I'm telling you, it's happened. So you wonder, and there are people that are educated, but we just get anyhow kind of person to lead us. It's
Pole
unfortunate,
wire.
you
Yeah,
know,
that is, man, I've seen
as
videos of
as
like
as
them
as
commissioning a
unpopular.
bridge in a village, and the bridge is like made of just sticks, and they are showing it that they spend how many
Yes,
millions to
now.
do it, you know, tens and millions to
See,
do
Mo
a
Cali,
pedestrian
I've
bridge.
seen I've seen the bridge is even good. How about borehole?
Oh God.
Not even the one that uses
Yes.
electricity, the one that people will be
Yes.
pumping. I've seen that one commissioned, you know. So, and people will be hailing, hey, this guy now the better person. All these kind of things shouldn't be
No,
celebrated
it
anymore.
shouldn't. And the
You
thing
know,
is,
as
Nigerians
much
just need
as much
little
as,
bits and we're happy. Small, small thing. And the problem is they don't even do the small ones. Those ones that you don't hear anything, them doing
so
anything.
things need to really change, Mokali, honestly. You see, in the north, people just get away with whatever kind of frivolities and nobody holds them accountable for what they've
Yeah.
done. As much as Tinubu is unpopular, yeah, he has his flaws, a lot of them, but honestly speaking, there are concerns now. People are voicing out that elections aren't going to be free and fair
Yeah.
because he budgeted a very huge sum of money to the INEC. That's the electoral umpires that will conduct the
Yes.
election. More than 1 trillion naira was
What?
budgeted for
One
elections. Can you
trillion.
imagine? I'm
Are
telling
you
you this.
serious?
Yeah, more than one
What?
trillion. So let me just make my point. Let me make my point. You see, I think even without rigging, Tinubu could win a free and fair election in the sense that in the South, look at it now. We have three regions in the South. We have the Southwest, the Southeast, and the South-South. As it stands now, all the 6 states of the South-South are now controlled by the same party as the
Mm.
president, you know. Then the Southwest, where he comes from, there are also 6 states there. I think about 4 or 5 are all the same party. They belong to the same party. And then the Southeast, where the Igbos are, I think up them they have 5 states. I think 4 of those states belong to the ruling party.
Mm.
So my point now is, Tinubu travels a lot, brings investments to all those places. The most of the monies, like the big businesses that control Nigeria's economy, are owned by the
Mm.
Southerners,
Mm-hmm.
and then he's bringing in investments for their money to increase, do you think they would like to go back to somebody that is not bringing investment to them? I don't think that's possible. So he would get their votes. And then when you come back to the north, even in the north, Mo Cali, like the North Central has 6 states. Of those 6 states, it used to be Plateau and Benue were PDP and the rest 4 were APC. Right now, Plateau has decamped to PDP. Then when you go to
Benue
the
also, right?
northeast, I
No,
think
no, sorry, not Benue.
all. You
Yeah,
see,
Benue is already APC.
Benue not yet, but yeah, no. Benue, yeah, Benue used to be APC.
No,
Yeah,
it's
it is
APC.
APC. So
It's
like almost
APC,
all
isn't
the
it? That they
states.
got rid of. It
Oh,
was from
it's
Autumn
just
to
yes.
APC.
Yes. It was just Plateau that's not APC, and Plateau has gone back to APC now.
Yeah.
Then when you go to the northeast, Borno, Borno, Adamawa, Bauchi, Gombe. I think it's just Bauchi now that is not APC. Bauchi is PDP because Taraba, that had never been APC, had also jumped ships.
Oh, Taraba
Taraba is
has
now
now
also
jumped ship
APC.
as well. Oh,
Yes,
wow.
I think like last week or last 2 weeks thereabout.
Mm-hmm.
So what I'm saying is he's going to get the required votes in the north, and he's going to get block votes from the south. So I don't think he even needs to rig. And the problem with us northerners here is that our governors, our senators, all the politicians in the north, they don't even care about the people. Like right now, since the removal of fuel subsidy that Tinubu did, more money goes into the governor's account for more
The
projects.
extra
But
money, yes.
unfortunately, just few of yeah, just few of those governors do the right thing. Most of the rest just do frivolous things with the money. Can you imagine now we have governors' wives going for seminars or retreats in New York when people are hungry?
Wow.
Then in Adamawa, I read at some point the state assembly went to have a summit in, I think, in the US as well or in England. You know, when people are suffering, is that what the people need? So why, I just don't understand how these people think. Then look at, there was a time, I think last year, early last year, was it 2 years ago, that almost 17 of the 19 northern states were without light for about 10 days or so. There was no light. The national grid collapsed or something. There's, you know, Nigeria, Mo Cali, almost all the states in Nigeria have rivers. Can't they just create artificial dams
Yeah, and in
to
the
do
north we
independent
have
power
sun
plants? Like,
is a blessing. We have sun. We
exactly.
have
See,
sunlight most of the
when
time.
when
You know?
when when Eradua was Katsina governor, he made this windmill that was supposed to generate
Yes.
power. Can't things like
I'm
that be
sure they've run it
replicated?
down now.
There is
Is it
no
still
single,
operating? Is it
there's
still
no,
working?
I think it's there, but I don't know. Did it even take off in the first place? I'm not sure it took off, you know, because Eradua became the president. I don't know what
That should
happened to
even have
it,
made it.
you know,
Well, he
where,
wasn't there for very long. So I'll just say that. Yeah,
you
yeah.
understand. So what I'm saying is we have agriculture in the north. The raw materials are taken from the north, they are taken from the north and delivered in Lagos. Lagos has industries. They turn them into finished goods, and then the north buys them very expensive. Does that make any sense to you?
Exactly. We don't have the
You know,
industries
can't we
there.
just,
In the north,
I
we
just
should
don't
have the
understand.
industries that
I
are
just don't
processing these raw
understand.
materials.
You know?
Yeah.
So instead, you have somebody paying hard fare for people in billions of naira. I mean, it's
That
a
is
religious
ridiculous.
journey, I
That is
understand, but then you
ridiculous.
should
Yeah.
use your own money to do it. Or you hear
Not
of
state
governors
funds.
spending
Yeah.
billions for mass wedding. Mass wedding. Are those our
Yeah.
priorities? Do you understand what I'm
Yeah.
saying? You know, just few
I
of
do
these
like what
governors do
the
what is
king
right.
of what the emir of Kano said some time back when they were talking about building a monorail train system in Kano. And he was like, where are they going to
Hmm.
go? They are going to use the monorail to go for weddings, to go to weddings. We don't have industries. You know, these people are not using
Exactly.
this to go
You know?
for industries, to go to work. You know, they're not able to go to work.
Yeah.
So where are they going with the monorail system? Are they going to just use it for weddings and events and ceremonies? Which is true, you know. That's where we
Of
should
course.
focus on is industries, you know. You know, what happened
A lot of
to the big
impunity is
pyramids that
going
they
on
showed
here
us, you know, in the past? They showed us those
in
big rice
Kano.
pyramids
In
that they
this,
showed us. They were
yes,
doing pyramids now again.
groundnut
That's what we
pyramids
used to
they
have,
were in
right? But
Kano.
then recently, when during the previous
Yes,
administration, I think it was rice
during
pyramids that
Buhari,
they
yes,
made,
in Kaduna,
right?
yes,
What happened to
yes.
those? They said that most of those
Yeah.
rice, man, they were even imported, that they did all those pyramids with it, you know?
No, that's not true. Most of those rice were products of farmers from Nigeria,
Okay, okay.
But now
That's good to know.
insecurity has made it impossible.
To farm.
Yeah,
Yeah, insecurity.
insecurity has made it
Yeah.
impossible to farm, you know.
Insecurity for
And
sure.
I think that there's a different dimension to this thing because people are beginning to ask questions. See, like recently they kidnapped some girls in Kebbi, in Niger, and where was it, Benue, or was it Kwara? You know,
Yes,
when Donald Trump, when your man, Big Donald Trump, flexed his muscle and said some things, before you know it, most of those kidnapped people were found
yeah.
without paying a dime.
That's what they say
So
though. Are
it
we
makes
sure
you
there was no
question,
dime that was paid? We
yeah.
don't know because where are the
No,
where
but
is the
check
proof
out the
of
urgency.
the fight that they had with these bandits and kidnappers when they released these children? Where's the proof?
That's what I'm saying to you, Mo
Yeah,
Cali. That's what I'm saying. Are you sure there isn't a collaboration? Because there was no, like, there wasn't much effort put to get them
yes,
released. It wasn't about fighting them. Nobody explained it further how it happened. We just heard that those girls
were
were released,
released.
you know.
Yeah,
So is it that they know something? In the past, it didn't used to be that way.
yeah.
It was only when Donald Trump showed interest that things have started happening like
Yeah,
that,
now you're
you
right.
know.
Now we see
So
things happening. They're showing us videos of them bombing them in the forest, going after them into the forest. Well, like, where was all of this all this time? Where was all of this? And
exactly.
you told
So
people not to, you are telling people to defend themselves. This is a fight. Everybody must join hands and do. How will you fight somebody with broomstick and they have
that you don't know
AK-47? It doesn't even make sense, you
exactly
know? You know, they
RPGs.
have RPG, you know, they are telling us you have a Dane gun. How will you defend yourself and defend your family? You know, you cannot even, they don't make a process of owning weapons easy. They should train all the civilian. There should be a civilian task force, civilians that should be able to, now we're protecting ourselves, to show the civilians, train them, weapons, train them. Yes, we don't want a lawless society, so you should make it in a way that is lawful, easily lawful for people to defend themselves. Because, and then you hear the case of them getting amnesty. They are doing deals. Certain states are doing deals with
Yes.
bandits and criminals, but and the atrocities that they have committed. How can you allow them? How can the states allow them to get to have a upper hand on the state? If the government cannot protect the citizens, there's no government. The government does not exist, because that's the number one responsibility of the government. We should have state police. I
Yes.
don't know why they keep dragging their feet about this state police matter, because they keep saying that the governors will hijack state police, this and that. And I'm like, why wouldn't they? create a federal oversight for the police, for the state police. That's all they have to do. Since it's something that they haven't even implemented into law. When they are setting up the draft for the law of what they're going to do with the state police, create a federal oversight. There should still be a federal police. It's not that only police will be at the state level. No, there should be
Yes.
state police and then there should be federal police. When that is working, then now we come down to talk about
Federal
local
police.
government police. There should also be police at the local level, you know, at the local level,
Hmm.
local government level, there should be
Yeah,
police.
true.
But let's start with state police as it is. And me, my own opinion is let's make the mobile police
But you
will be the
know,
federal police. Mobile police. Then all the other police will be absorbed into the states. And then they can also do a massive recruitment for the federal mobile police and also the state police, which they will now employ localized people. You know, most of those police match, they can even go back to their states where they're originally from. Maybe that will be the start. Let them go back to where they are from,
true.
so that way they can now
But
be
yeah,
absorbed by the state.
all those are good ideas. They are good ideas, but you are forgetting something, Mo Cali. Governors rule over their states like an emperor. The state assemblies, they are always, they don't go contrary to the governor. And they're supposed to check the governor's excesses. They are the legislators. They are a different arm of government. So, but what we have here is there is no how you find a member of the state assembly going against the governor. In fact, if there is even a member that is recognized to be doing that, immediately the governor will find a way to get him impeached or removed, and then he
Yeah,
will
but
be
we're talking
replaced.
about the federal
That's I'm,
government
I'm
is the
yeah.
oversight.
I'm trying to make a point. I'm building it from there. You understand? Even the
Yeah.
federal is the
Mm-hmm.
same thing with that. No, I'm just trying to say something about the issue you raised about people that were complaining that the governors are going to use the state police as maybe their personal army
Their
to target
personal, yeah,
opponents and all that. It's
go
very, very,
after rivals and all of that.
yes, it is very, very likely that that's what will happen. But nevertheless, state police right now is what is needed in Nigeria. Nobody can deny that. But then I just don't know. There are a lot of things that defy logic when you talk about Nigeria. You know, things are
Yeah.
not, you shouldn't
Like the
expect.
forest guard thing was good. That
Yes,
was okay. That's fine. The forest guard,
yes,
the withdrawal of police to become watching
VIPs.
VIPs. That is also that is
Yes,
supposed to be. That is how it should be.
yes,
They should even let private security companies should now spring up,
yes.
and they should be licensed in they should be enabled, they should be properly enabled to arm their staff, arm their guards, and they will be licensed, properly licensed to carry firearms. Let those VIP go and hire them. That will spring up a whole industry on its own,
It will.
you know
But
and
you
yeah, I
have
mean,
to, when you look at
exactly.
the right, you have to look at the left too, because you know how Nigerians
Mm-hmm.
are. We're barbaric, so to say. Honestly speaking, when you have, they will become contractors because definitely you are arming up people. They have to have been given military training on how to use firearms and that. Those kind of
Yeah.
guys will be used to carry out assassinations on opponents and all that. All these things are
Well, they
necessities,
really need to. We need to revamp our police because it's such a shame that the most basic things the police should be able to do, they don't do it.
True.
Do we even do fingerprinting? Do we even do all those
We
basic
don't
things
have
like a fingerprinting?
database. That
They will now say they have
database.
to send it to one special lab in Lagos
Yes.
somewhere, on one special island in the middle of nowhere to go, and that is where the special secret agency is that does something. Doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't. It
Even in
doesn't.
the headquarters Abuja that they were talking. I was just watching recently. an interview with the public relations officer of the Nigerian police force on Channels television. I was watching an interview with him when they were asking him questions about the fight against the insurgency that is going on and all of this. And it was quite a shame that he was now telling the interviewer, he was telling him that, because the guy asked him, don't we have a 3-digit emergency number? He said they have in Lagos. He said, but what about here? What about everywhere else? He said that, when we don't have, those things are very expensive. They cost a lot of money. Who is going to finance it? I was like, this is a shame. Why is this guy talking like in this manner, saying that who is going to finance a 3-digit emergency number, for God's sake? Even in the capital of Nigeria, the capital, the seat of power, he's saying that there is no 3-digit number to call emergency services. And who is going to finance it? What do you mean who is going to finance that? That is what I just didn't understand. Like, how are you serious about fighting insecurity and the most basic thing of a 3-digit number you cannot provide? You're providing a long digit, 11-digit number for people to memorize, to call for help. God, I said these people, they are completely disconnected from reality.
Yeah. Well,
For him to say that that was the
yeah.
excuse, that
You
was the
see,
reason,
Mo
who is
Cali,
going to
there's something
finance it,
about
this and
Nigerian
that. I said, can you
police.
imagine?
There's something about Nigerian police and the other security outfits that I want to categorically state to you now. Those guys, it's only when something is of interest to them, maybe their bosses, that's when you see how efficient those guys are. I'm telling you, these guys are very skilled. They are, how do I say, they are very thorough. They don't really have a database like in a computer or something, but I'm telling you, those guys are thorough. Just wait till something happens to somebody relating to their boss, or maybe the governor, or somebody gives an ultimatum that they want something done. I am very, very serious, because I've seen it done not once, not twice. You see how they spring up. Every area, they know the black spots, they know everything. They just keep quiet. They use it to, I don't know, so to say, maybe extort from the criminals or what, but they know everybody. I'm very serious about what I'm telling you. If something affects their boss or somebody of interest and they come to them,
Mhm.
they get the cases solved within no time. But it's just, I'm telling you, Nigeria defies logic.
I hear of instances like when they do rescue people and you hear this and this and they neutralize, because very rarely you hear that when people are rescued, that the criminals are neutralized or arrested, or you don't even hear most of the time. But sometimes you hear some instances that they neutralized them, they tracked them, they were able to capture them. You hear instances in that, and I said, "Oh wow, they were very active, proactive in what they are doing in this particular instance." And it probably goes back to what you're saying. It has to do with those
I'm
involved,
telling
those who have gotten behind,
you.
the investigation, those who are putting the pressure from the
Yes,
top.
you'll be
It has to do
surprised.
with that,
Those guys
you
are
know.
thorough. The Nigerian police, they
And when
know.
it's on social media is a tool. It's a powerful tool, and it's a detrimental tool,
True.
in both ways.
Yes.
It's used for good and it's used
For
for
bad.
bad,
True.
unfortunately, because you see a lot of misinformation that's out there on social media, especially now in the day of
AI.
artificial intelligence. This artificial intelligence has gotten out of hand. It's gotten out of hand. They will create so many things and it looks so real, some stuff, and it's completely fake. You know, you have to really be trained to watch it, like to understand if it's artificial intelligence.
Yeah.
It's out of hand and it's misdirecting so many things, of happening.
It's,
And then when the real one is happening, you can't even tell, is it the real one or is it the fake one? Then you don't even take it serious.
mhm.
You know.
There's,
So
it's
the
all about.
Nigerian situation, and This situation of security is quite unfortunate. And because they always talk about foreign investment, and I said, first of all, security is the number one issue. If you fix security, many direct investment, tons of direct investment, foreign investment will come into the country.
True.
A lot of people don't want to invest into the country because of the insecurity.
True.
And nowadays, you can't hide the insecurity because of social media, because of online.
True.
Everybody has a phone, everybody has a screen, a television,
Citizen
a
journalism.
satellite in their hand to watch reality,
Yeah.
to see what's happening. So
True.
we that we've always been ambassadors of our country, we've always been trying to speak highly of our country. It gets to a point that you can't even say anything too much positivity about your country as well, because what people see is contradicting what you're telling them. You
True.
know, you're telling them this and that. You're telling them no, it's not like this, it's not like that. But look at what's going on. Everybody sees what's going on, so they look at you like, look at this liar. You're a
Mm-hmm.
liar. You're lying to me. Why is this guy lying to me? Why is this guy trying to push me to go somewhere, visit this place and visit that place? You know, it's like now you have to keep your mouth shut. You can't even open your mouth and just be promoting something that you can't even have confidence on your own. You know, because if you ask people that know me, they will tell you I've always been an ambassador, trying to tell them, because I I I fortunately have both worlds. I've been able to live in the West, in Western society. I've lived in Nigeria for a long period of time. I've invested, I've done business in Nigeria. I'm still doing business in Nigeria, but I know the challenges, and I've been having so many challenges over the years. I've been trying to encourage people to come and visit Africa, visit Nigeria particularly. But the way things are deteriorating, it makes it so hard to
True.
make that
Yes.
argument for people.
True.
It makes it so difficult. I don't even speak about that no more. I don't, if you look at it from before, how I used to be about it, now it's like I have to think twice. Like, oh man, if I'm telling somebody to go, it's like I have to now chauffeur. I have to be the chauffeur to chauffeur them around. And even me myself, I have to now make special calls. I have to make special arrangements for things to go smoothly. It
True.
just can't be, oh, let's just go and buy a ticket and just get on a plane and just go. It's difficult to do that, and it's quite unfortunate. That's what's killing the investment that they're talking about every day. Every day they're talking about, we want investment. The president is flying to this place, this place, this. Sit your ass down and fix the security of the country. People will come to you. Nigerians in diaspora, I always say that if Nigeria, first of all, can fix security, electricity, and have decent health care, millions of Nigerians will leave diaspora and come back and stay in Nigeria. Millions.
There's no
You will
place
just
like
have a
Nigeria.
drove of you will have a drove of people will just come back in influx. You will have like a, a pilgrimage of people flooding Nigeria with investment, with money to invest in the country. And they will bring their technical skills with them. Their professional skills will come with them. How many professionals we have all over the world? All over the world, Nigerians are doing great all over the planet in every aspect you can think of, in health, engineering,
True.
architecture, whatever you can think
True.
of, we are
Medicine.
there. We are there.
That's
You
true.
know,
That's true.
that's what I'm saying. All these presidents, they're all the same. They keep traveling, 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 going to beg people to come to our country. Sit down and fix the problems that we have in the country.
True.
They will come to you. They will all come to us. They will come to the country. You know? So me, I have my own personal experience. That's why I'm speaking on these matters. I'm online. I'll say something. Somebody will come bashing me. Oh, you will say this because of, oh, you are in America. What's your what's your concern? What do you mean? What's my concern? How dare you? I have investment in Nigeria. I have a stake in the country. You
Mm-hmm.
know, and I tell them that when you are overseas, and over many of Nigerians, they don't want to be overseas. We want to be at home. We want to be home. We know in America, if you're in the West, it's not a walk in the park in the West, as people think.
True.
You just go to your backyard, you just pluck money off the tree. It doesn't work that way.
You have to
It does
hustle.
not work that way at all. Non-stop. It's just a non-stop. You're just a rat in a rat race. That's what it is. So I speak from these experiences. So I know our main problem is leadership. Is leadership because when the leaders set good examples,
The
the people will see
followers.
those examples and they will follow. You
True.
know, because we don't need much. Like you mentioned earlier, they went to commission street pole, they went to commission borehole. People are there
Culvert.
clapping, everybody is
Culverts.
happy.
They commission culverts.
Culvert.
I'm telling you.
Oh God,
Hmm.
the most ridiculous things. So
Honestly.
I mean, me, I rest my case. 9ja matter, like I said, those are the main things. We want things to work out. It starts with the leadership, and like we said, even us as people, we have to make those changes. Especially
Yes.
in the northern part of Nigeria,
Yes.
we need to look at
Especially.
change and demand our leaders to make those changes.
And we have to hold them. We have to be able to hold them accountable for their actions because nobody says
Mm.
anything. That's why they get away with whatever they like. Nobody says anything in Nigeria,
Hmm.
especially
And
in the
on the
north.
instance of these governors that you said they're decamping to this party, this
Yes,
it should not even really matter. At the end of the day, it's the people that are supposed to be the ones to choose. So if a
yes.
governor decamps somewhere else and the people are like, what is this guy doing? Then he too he's at risk of losing his
His
seat
seats,
if we want
yes,
to really be in a real
exactly.
democratic society. If the democracy is real, it doesn't matter just because the governor went to that side does not mean that the people now will just accept and follow him. It's just that it's like they are telling us that your vote doesn't really matter
Counts,
as
yes.
long as this person here is
In charge.
is controlling, in charge.
Uh,
It's a done deal.
True.
In a real society, the governor should even be scared to just change parties because that's not the party that brought him into power. So
True.
he should even be skeptical. Should I leave or should I stay? People that brought me in, if it's real, people that brought me in under this platform.
Platform.
So maybe it's probably like more of a political suicide for me to jump ship from this one, unless he has done thorough consultation, thorough let's say he's gone around thoroughly and consulted with the people, and they have told him no, not just a few rich in oligarchs, a few rich people in the society that he will confirm with, and then at the top levels, then he will now just change his mind and go that way.
Well, it's
That's how I
unfortunate.
see it.
It's
So we'll
unfortunate
see.
in the north. Politicians come to you campaigning. Once they get your votes, you don't see them again till after 4 years that they come again to
Mm,
canvass for your votes. And it has always been like that. They'll just give you
they'll
one
bring rice with
spaghetti,
their face on
talia,
the bag.
talia, and 2,000 naira. Then you bear the brunt for the
Mm,
next 4 years.
mm,
Well,
exactly. When will we learn? So be good.
yeah,
So anyway, so this is our first episode. I'm Mo Cali, and we hope you guys are going to stay tuned with us. For the long run. We're gonna have various episodes. We're gonna have people dial in and chime in.
yeah, well, just stay tuned because we got a lot for you guys to listen to. Just stay tuned to us. You're gonna learn a thing or two. And I'm glad
Yeah.
I'm glad we started this. It's long overdue.
Yes, sir. It's long overdue. And hey, we can go on forever and never and never, but hey, we gotta cut this program right now.
Yep.
So see you guys next time. Don't forget to like, comment, share this
Share
video.
through
Make
that.
sure you hit that bell. Hit those
Mm-hmm.
bells. Hit down there. Turn on your notifications. Boom, so that when an episode comes on, boom, you get an alert. And make sure you share it and let people know. And stay tuned. Mo Cali 9ja TV.
Yep.